we're back with another banger of an episode that this is about to be. You already know. It's Park Car Talks here. It's your co-host CJ and with the boy
Zach Scott
and our special guest, the one and only Cam Juice Thierry. You know what I'm saying? You already know.
He getting started now.
You know what we on.
You ready?
Yeah. You ready?
Good.
Fresh air, man. Welcome, Cam. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you coming on. Of course, anytime, man. But yeah, you know, so this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. You already know, a little Bender boy action we got going on right now. But yeah, no, we've known each other for a while, and like the podcast that I just did with Carlos, you know what I'm saying, or that we did with Carlos, we kind of found out a lot about like behind the scenes actions of the whole Opinionated podcast and everything that y'all do. So I wanted to get another perspective on that, and just do a little introduction as to who you are, and give everyone that is a fan of Opinionated Podcast a little background of Cameron Thierry, you know?
Yeah, well, thank y'all again for having me for the hospitality. But my name's Cameron Thierry. I go by Cam. You know, I have a plethora of nicknames that people like to say or call me. But
Juice God.
But yeah, from Pflugerville, Texas. Grew up with these guys. Went to high school with them at Pflugerville. I've had classes with Zach. I don't think I had classes with CJ growing up, but these are some really cool dudes. Got closer after I got out of college. I went to school at Fort Lewis College in Durango, Colorado. I had a football scholarship to play out there. It was a corner. It was a position I played. And I studied accounting in college. I'm currently an accountant right now.
Yes, sir.
So that's kind of like a little general background about myself.
Yeah, for sure, of course. And then we're obviously going to be getting into everything.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna hit you with the same question I hit Carlos.
Okay.
You know, the whole, I know we're gonna get into it, but you know, Hex was a big influence on Carlos.
Yeah.
So, you know his podcast. Shout out to
Eavesdrop.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Who are you today?
Who am I today? Well, I don't know. You know, that's kind of what this year for me has been about. Like, just kind of trying to find myself and figure everything out. I mean, especially after college, like you go through a lot of different things when you were, you know, a student athlete. You have a certain lifestyle that you have in college. You know, like it's very grind oriented. You know, but you have your fun. You're popular. Everyone knows you, especially at a small school.
Yeah.
Like, so going from like that, not playing anymore, especially, you know, if you played in college, you probably played growing up, so you've been playing for like 15 years at this point.
Yeah.
And just going from kind of that aspect to what I do now, kind of just like transitioning into life. Now with like work and stuff, and kind of just working every day, and then like you become like, in a sense, like regular, because like in college you play sports, you're like at a different pedigree than like a student. With a student, it's like considered like a regular person who's like in the workforce now.
True.
So kind of just like adjusting to that. You're just like everyone else, and then just trying to find other hobbies. Like after football, you spend so much time playing a sport, especially at the collegiate level, and then you don't have that anymore. So it's like figuring out what you're going to fill that time with, like any voids, or kind of getting into new passions or new things. So.
Yeah. Okay. So just continuing off what you were saying, you know, like you said, you were a college athlete.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the beginnings of that? Like, did you always know that you were wanting to be a college athlete, or was that just something that, like, as you know, you're growing up, you're kind of like, oh man, I'm a little better than all these other people, so I'm just start working towards this because, you know, I could actually go to college and get like a scholarship from doing this. Was that something that you were always thinking of, or was that something as you got to high school, it was like, oh, okay, like, you know, I'm gonna start actually taking this serious now, or was it from a younger age, I guess?
Yeah, I just always loved football. My mom has a story. She used to say if I went to the NFL, she'd tell them. I used to have this Old Navy football. It was it was like blue and gold with this line on it. And I used to like throw that around in the house to myself and catch it and stuff and like play in the elongated hallway at my old house.
Yeah.
And kind of like I like slapped myself on the head like I was getting tackled, like that was the helmet and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So
Oh, wow.
I used to do that growing up, and like college football had always been on TV. I grew up playing running back, probably all the way up until like running back, and I played like a little safety like all throughout growing up. Just got faster than everyone. And then college or high school, I played corner, which is what I played in college also. But yeah, it's definitely something that I always wanted to do. I played other sports. I dabbled into football or basketball, and I ran track. But I knew football was what I was best at. I played it all the time, like even like in the street. Like I always played football, and I just knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to the NFL and play in the NFL. So like that was ideally my goal, like growing up. So.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Is there anything you want?
Just kind of like what got you. Well, I guess you already answered that. No, actually, I don't have any questions.
Yeah, I got you. I'll just see if you have anything. So we were talking about obviously you being from Pflugerville.
Yeah.
Because I moved to Pflugerville a little later. I was like 12, and I know Carlos said he grew up there his whole life.
Yeah.
Did you also grow up there your whole life?
Yeah. So I was originally born in Virginia Beach, Virginia. My dad was Navy, so he moved around a lot. And then once he got out the Navy, my mom wanted to move to Savannah, Georgia, which is like an hour outside of Charleston, because she wanted to not be in Charleston, but she wanted to still be close to her family.
Okay.
So they moved there, and they were there for around 2 years. But like the times, like Savannah was like so backwards and slow, and like the opportunity for like black people wasn't great.
Yeah.
So my dad wanted to go back to school, and at the time he was a nuke in the Navy, so like he has like a nuclear background. So he went to nuke school in the Navy, but he wanted to go back to school to become a nuclear engineer major. So he went and he moved to Texas, like took us all to Texas, and then moved to Austin. He originally worked for Moltec, which became IBM. They like merged with IBM. So that was a company he used to work for. And they ended up, the apartments I grew up in, like before we got our first house, they're still there. It's like off of Wells Branch area. But I grew up there for a little bit, and then my parents ended up building a house in Springbrook, their first home. And I lived there all the way till, literally grew up there. Like I lived there from age 4 till 19. So yeah.
That's crazy, man. What was your experience in Pflugerville? Did you enjoy it? Like, was it a good? You think it was a pretty good childhood for the most part?
Yeah, I think it was great. The diversity was amazing. Like you had like everyone in high school. Like you were friends with everyone. Like there was preppy kids, there was the country kids, there was there's the black kids, there was like Hispanic kids. Everyone was there, so it's like it was cool to grow up in that environment. Even on my street, like we played football on the street, and everyone was outside. That was like different races. So I think it was a good environment, especially like for like middle class people.
Yeah, exactly. That's like my parents. That was one of the main reasons why we moved to Pflugerville actually, because originally we're from Vegas, so like. Moving here, they were trying to find an area that was like diverse. Like at first, like they were looking at like the Cedar Park area, stuff like that, because that's we had family up there. But there's majority like white people there, so they're like, oh, let's look for closer to Austin area, and Pflugerville just happened to be the closest one. So they're like, yeah, like it's a good mix here, and then going there for since like 12 to now, it's like man, like it's a good like environment, like you said, like it's just. So many different backgrounds, and like you could definitely learn like different cultures, and just being around all the different type of people. I feel like that's the main reason why I am the way I am right now.
Absolutely.
But no, man, that's cool because like the fact that y'all grew up in Pflugerville too is crazy to me because it's how big of a city it's getting now.
Yeah.
And like y'all saw it when it was nothing.
Literally like the woods, like. There's no Walmart, none of that stuff is there.
Exactly. So that shit blows my mind. But
so sorry. Real quick, if you had to do it like over again, like as far as your football career goes, would you stay in Pflugerville or would you like gone someplace else?
If I had the opportunity to play at Lake Travis, where my brother did, I definitely full-heartedly believe I would have went somewhere else for college. Like I definitely believe I went to Power 5 D1 school just off like my skill level. Like, I wasn't that big, but I know like with Travis, like I probably wouldn't have played corner there. I probably played like some kind of offensive position just because of my size. But I know like they know how to get people out. Like, it's one of the best schools in the country when it comes to football. So if I had the opportunity to go there when my parents moved there, I would. If my parents didn't move there and I could have went to Henderson, I should have made that switch also, because Henderson was in Pflugerville as well, but they were getting kids out like crazy when we were growing up. So in high school and stuff. So I definitely would make the change. I love my Panthers, but at the time, for all sports, not just football, basketball, baseball, everything, like the coaches did not care. Something with the athletic program that was just not right, and I just a lot of kids got robbed of opportunities at Pflugerville. Yeah, that should have went D1 or played at better programs. So
most definitely, there's so much talent like in just our class alone, and then everything on top of that too. It's just like you said, it's just not them being able to put their name out there. You know, Pflugerville it wasn't that big of a town and stuff, and I feel like you said, they just didn't really care.
Yeah,
but, you know, so you were saying earlier you newly graduated and everything.
Yeah.
I
graduated like almost 3 years ago.
Yeah. Within the past couple of years, so it's like, you know, that's another chapter of your life that you completed, and it's like you were saying, it's kind of like, all right, finding out what you really want to do with your life now. So as of right now, with the podcast and everything, what is it that exactly that y'all are, or that your plans are for it, and your aspirations, I guess, for it?
Yeah, so originally Carlos came with the idea of doing a podcast. I mean, I've always kind of wanted to do something along those lines, and never really knew. Like, podcasting, when we talked about it, wasn't big. He talked to me about it my freshman year of college when we got really close. Because Carlos, like, literally, he would call me all the time, and like I always answer, and I'd be walking to class or like in my room or doing whatever, and he would just call me. We just talk on the phone for like hours, just about everything, like random stuff. And mainly sports. And we used to go back and forth about sports and issues that were going on. And like one day Carlos was like, yeah, he's like, I know we know way more than these people on TV. Like, I want to get paid to do this. Like, I want to be an analyst one day, or like something like that, commentator or something like that. And I was like, yeah, bro, that'd be dope. You should do it. And he's like, yeah. He's like, we should start a podcast. And I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. But like, I mean, at the time, I was still like, I was young. I was still playing football. Like, I was still in school. Like, it wasn't like on my mind like that. After I got out of college, me and Carlos, and kind of like my senior year, we'd kind of been like talking about like ideas and steps and stuff. But really, that first year I was out of college, we started formulating a plan. Like, we started getting equipment. Like, I remember the first shipment of the Amazon stuff that came in was the mixer and like the old Rode stands that we have that are like arms and like stuff like that. The mics we're using now were super hard to get at the time. They're not as hard now, but at the time, like, literally took us probably like 5 months to get all 4 mics, just because of shipping, and like they weren't on back order and stuff like that. So that was hard to deal with, but then coming up with a name, like, that was as hard, and a logo. Like, Carlos always talks about trash about the first logos that were made. I kind of fuck with them just because, I don't know, like, they're just special to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more the thing, like, the logo is not great, and it's kind of trash, but like, it's just something I think is cool, and like, you know how people are. Like, if we wanted to put that on a shirt or like drop exclusive stickers after we blow up, and yes, we always say when, not if, because you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
Speak that shit to existence.
But you know, when like stuff like that, like, I know like that's gonna be something that's special, like for people that really fuck with us. Like, I know they're gonna like really like that, you know. So yeah, I mean, the plan. Was that your question? The plan of the podcast?
Yeah, like your aspirations for it, and what exactly y'all are trying to do with it and stuff like that.
Yeah, kind of like a roadmap, like for the next year, like for you.
Okay, yeah. For me, it's just all about consistency, really. Like, we've had a lot of like internal conflicts with all three of us. And also, Carlos left for a summer, our first year like into it, so that's when we started our Let's Make It Quick series, LMIQs, which was me. It was Carlos still comes with the names, but it was me, and I would just sit in front of a camera, and like, it was really hard. Like, I was really proud of myself, because I knew we weren't putting anything out because Carlos was gone, right? So it's like, I had to do something. keep like our shit going while he was gone. And Albert was. I also live at home, and like my parents live far, so Albert was. What we were doing is after I'd work, I was working from home at the time. I literally set up my camera, record a 5 to 10 minute video, put it in Dropbox. Albert would edit it that night. I'd download it, upload it. We were doing that pretty consistently, at least 3 times a week. They were super easy to do.
Yeah.
And that's really how like we kept our podcast going. Like when it was like a struggling period, Carlos wasn't here, you know. So we just came through a lot of adversity. Like there's like so much shit's broken. Just all the internal fights. I think a real big turning point for us was one of my best friends came and shout out to the boys in Arizona at the Daily Studios.
Sir, shout out to the boys.
We went up there to Phoenix. We really had no idea kind of like what we were doing to going up there. The main reason was really because Cayman came down and we shot his podcast and it messed up. And I wanted to visit Cayman since he moved to Arizona. Yeah. So I was like, I told Carlos and Albert, I was like, hey, we should probably go up there. And as soon as like we were talking about going up there, they buy a studio. And it was like perfect. Like, everything was aligning. Like so I was like, bro, we have to go up there. Like they have a studio, they have a podcast production room. Like we can shoot Caymans. And then I knew who Braxton was through Cayman throughout college, but really seeing like who Braxton was in person, like all this digital marketing and stuff, he's built this crazy brand behind himself. Like we had to get people like him on there. It was like a little bit after COVID, so we had started playing the games with this dude named Jestik. Shout out my boy Jestik, Jaden. And he was living in Phoenix too, so I was like, bro, we can go there and like it'll be good for us. Like we can get some content, and I could see Cayman, so it was like a win-win.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing that, you know, seeing like how the feedback we were getting, like it was crazy, like to see that amount of people like actually following and keeping tabs on what we were doing, and that's why like I want to do, you know, what we discussed.
Oh yeah.
But
definitely.
You know, people like to see like some kind of like direction, and like no one's a fan until you make them a fan. Like they gotta see like, oh, you're doing something important or you're serious, you know. Like Carl said, and like we've all talked about, people come in here and then everything will be set up. We try to have everything set up, and they'll see like these nice lights, 3 cameras normally when we shoot, like the mics and stuff. Okay. So it's like they're like, oh, this is serious. They're not bullshitting, like you know.
Yeah, we do this, bro.
So that all that stuff is very important. I just think the only thing that's really holding us back is this consistency. We just haven't been able to really, like we've never had like 3 to 4 months, like a quarter where we posted consistently. Ideally, it shouldn't be hard for us to post 1 podcast a week and then a bunch of short videos throughout the week, like 2. Yeah. And then like with TikTok and like IG Reels, like stuff like that, just as filler, you know?
Oh, yeah.
We got to get good with that and consistent, and it's been hard. I mean, a lot of the times me and Carlos had opposite schedules. We literally had to film in the middle of the week because Carlos and Albert, like Carlos, like he said, the only day I went off is Wednesday. I think was the day we filmed. Yeah. He's like, that's the only day I went off. Like I can work any day, but like I need Wednesday off because Albert works Thursday, or he's off on Thursday, so he wanted to record on Wednesday so he can record that night, and then he can stay up late and he can sleep in because he's off the next day.
Exactly. So
this has been a lot of timing. Carlos just recently got a 9 to 5, so he's going to be able to be aligned schedulely with me, and then Albert's in transition into Well was another job with the same type of hours, so we will all be on the same schedule, which will make the content a lot easier, and there won't really be any excuses.
Exactly.
So yeah, this the plan is just really just to keep growing and keep elevating and just be consistent. Yeah. So for me at least.
Okay. I got you for sure. Yeah, and that was something that was with y'all, because before I even moved into the spot, you know, like y'all would always be, oh yeah, we're gonna have like a video day. We're gonna come edit it, or we're gonna shoot some content type of thing. And I feel like that's how it needs to be, honestly. Especially if you're really trying to take this shit seriously, man. Mm-hmm. I know y'all are, so the fact that y'all actually, you know, took time out of your day to like, all right, we're gonna have this day just for shooting videos or editing what we shot last week, right? And it's the fact that like it's three of y'all, you know, it's a little squad y'all got going. If y'all could grow that.
Oh, and shout out Lon too. Like I wanted to shout him out.
Yeah.
That's been the homie for a minute, and he's made all our Let's Make It Quicks, or not let's make it quicks, but he's made our ballers of the weeks, and he made us like we had some really cool highlight videos that got taken down because of DMCA, but he made like those. One specifically is like when the Chiefs played the 49ers in the Super Bowl. Like he made a crazy fire cut up. So shout out to Lonnie Edits. That's the boy. But yeah, I mean, with him, it's 4 of us really. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of the team, and I think we think we've done pretty with all the circumstances we've had. I think we've done pretty good so far.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, y'all been through a lot, and the fact that you're still pushing through it, and I know y'all are still wanting to do it. So, like you said, just be consistent. And that's what I've been telling people about this whole podcast. That I'm trying to get started going, and it's just once we start doing it consistently, it's gonna be easy, man. Because like this is fun to me, I love doing this, because at the end of the day, we're doing what we were gonna be doing anyways. Just sitting down, chopping notes. You just have a camera and lights and mics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like we might as well try to take advantage of the situation we're in.
I love. Like I'll tell you. I mean, me and you, especially since you moved, like dead ass, like every day, where me and you were sitting out here, bro. Like I haven't really played games since you moved back here, because like, I mean, it's been cool to just like hang out, out here and be social.
Exactly.
So.
Well, has there ever came like a day that like you and Carlos and like maybe like Albert's like that were like man, like like we can't do this. This is like too much stuff. Like has there ever been a time that there was a roadblock that y'all were like maybe thinking like, man, like we can't do this? Like.
Yeah, I wouldn't say really on me and Carlos. We've never ever have said like we can't do it, but it's definitely. I'm not throwing Albert under the bus, but it's definitely been like. Yeah. It's just been tough with him. I mean, a lot with him. I met Carlos through Albert. Albert was like one of my best friends growing up. Still is one of my best friends. And like towards his senior year of high school and then like early years of college, he like kind of ghosted everyone, fell off the face of the earth. No one really heard from him. Carlos grew up with the dude, like didn't really hear from him. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, when we start the podcast, he's getting into photography and videography. So we're like, oh, bro, like this is perfect. Like you're learning, we're learning. Like maybe we can just work together, and we know each other, so like we can work together. We really had no plan of like what we were gonna do. Yeah. His brand's called Toga Media. It stands for Together Our Goals Are Accomplished.
Shout out Toga.
So, but yeah, like with Albert, I mean, we've just had like difficulties. Like he just like there's been times where he's felt like he's been doing everything for Opinionated, and like dead ass. Without him, we would not be where we're at. I mean, he makes our stuff look so good. The cuts are good. The video quality is good. He has a better camera than me and Carlos. So I mean, we just wouldn't be where we're at without him. So we've had our difficulties just due to the fact that he just feels like he's carried us a lot of the time, and like since it's like what we want to do, we're not putting in all our effort and 110% effort, and like. I say I've done pretty good of putting in my end of the bargain. I definitely looked at myself and been like, I'm not doing enough. Like I should be like, I shouldn't like. Yes, I do like upload. I do the social media. I do upload like the YouTube. I do the thumbnails, all that stuff. But like, I can't say like since I do this, I can't edit a video. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I really want to get to where we want to get, I got to be able to do that too. Like, I got to do it all.
You got to be able to do a little bit of everything.
But yeah, I mean, he's felt like he's put Toga on the back burner. Content-wise, and then we've also felt like he's put us on the back burner sometimes with just like lack of communication and stuff like that. But we've all gotten to a good point. I think internally we were all just going through like different transitions in our life, especially with him. We were learning how to be friends again, really too. Like, and that was a bad thing. Like, as soon as we were learning how to be friends again, we get into kind of business together. Yeah. So like, it's just difficult when you do that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that like people don't realize as well. Like I was saying to Carlos, that no one really thinks about what goes through the process of shooting it. But also, since it's a podcast at the end of the day, it's you and Carlos, so you got to promote y'all, so you're doing that as well. So it's like obviously you don't have like a team behind it, like a whole marketing manager or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're having to put that work in. But it just makes you appreciate it at the end of the day, the process of everything. And once we get to that point where we do have a whole team behind that, you're gonna realize the importance of like the little stuff.
And it's gonna make you miss it too. I mean, like you're gonna be like, damn, like like you talked about Hex at the beginning, and that's one of my biggest inspirations. It's not my biggest one, but it's one of them. He's definitely like probably top 2 or 3. But like, I mean, he edits his vlogs still. Like he's been doing content for 10 plus years, and he's still editing. He doesn't need to, but like he's an artist. Like he did graffiti, so he originally wants to like tell his story the way he thinks it should be told from his perspective. Yeah. And like, I mean, there's gonna be times like where in the future, like there might be something that we shot that I want to edit, you know, or if Carlos wants to edit or something like that. So
yeah, it's just like you reminiscing once you get to that point. It's like, oh man, I remember I used to edit, like I'll edit this video, you know what I'm saying? Cause especially like once we get to the point where we're trying to get to, man, like we're gonna have a little team that's gonna be able to help us like do the camera, do the you know what I'm saying?
Like so you won't have to do the little things,
stuff. You know? But it makes you, like I said, it just makes you appreciate it more. But yeah, so you were talking about your most influential people in your life. What would you say? Hex was one of them. Who would you say is the biggest?
Yeah, so going into my inspirations, can I name a few, I guess?
Yeah, go for it.
Someone that's here, Bryson Tucker, that dude helped me get through. I mean, he helped me become the athlete I was. This man flew all the way to South Dakota, and it's 30 degrees. Watched me play my last game of my college career. I've been through it with that dude. Like, I mean, he started out in a park. You know, he literally asked my dad at Gold's, could he train me? He was working at Gold's as a trainer. You know, and then he kept up with me when I got hurt. Didn't even know who I was. And then we started really working out together, and then we worked out at there's a park by Pluckers that we used to work out with, grass field. And then he like had his first facility in like Dessau area, and then he built Sacrifice Training, which is like it's a super dope complex right by like Pflugerville. He's trained plenty of D1 athletes, dudes that have played in the league. He's trained an Olympian. Like just shout out to that dude, because I mean I've literally seen what you can do if you just bust your ass and like just get it done, and you're just a good person. Like I've seen it firsthand, you know. And I was like, I feel like I was a part of it. I was like his second client ever.
Yeah,
you know. So him for sure, just someone local. Obviously Hex, and then really my biggest inspiration is Cole Bennett. I know, like, if you've watched Opinionated Podcast, you've probably seen like a lot of Lyrical Lemonade stuff up, or the shirts I wear. But that dude is just like, he's like Braxton. He's a catalyst. Like that man, like I don't think he sleeps at all. Like I watched his Lyrical Lemonade cruise videos, and like he has a bed in his office. Like to be honest, I don't sleep either. So like I'm not saying like I don't sleep because of him, but it's like. I mean, that dude, like, I know he doesn't sleep. Like that man is just always working. He always does something. And the crazy thing is he's our age, which makes it even crazier. Like,
damn, I'm busting my ass like him, bro.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I look at him, bro, and I see all the stuff he does and all the game-changing stuff he does. Like the other day when I sent y'all that screenshot, like he's literally auctioning off a piece of toilet paper frame, and that had like a special note to it because he has that cool now. And like for creatives, like he started Lyrical Lemonade. Like if you don't know what Lyrical Lemonade is, it like brought music videos back on YouTube. Most of your favorite artists, especially if they're like newer artists, have a Lyrical Lemonade video. So you know, he's just, and then like his merch, and then like everything he just does. Like at the age of 24, I was telling Carlos, I was like, bro, it's really not even close. Like no one's on that level. Like he literally has a collab with Pop-Tarts. He has a drink. He has a Chicago Bears collab. He has an NBA. He did the NBA Jordan or Chicago All-Star Game collab. Like he has 3 brands. Like there's just really no one like that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah.
So he's definitely for sure mine, because I mean he's my age, and everything he does is just damn. I'm like, bro, like he's just ahead of the game. Yeah. Like no one's even gotten close to catching him.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's why like he's just he's insane, because like you said, he kind of build all that by himself.
Yeah.
Well, not by himself, but obviously.
So, like, it was like a blog website at first, and then
Exactly.
he was like, I like music videos, I want to start bringing them back and start shooting them.
Exactly. That's something, man. It's crazy. He's a big inspiration too, like you said. But
Yeah, I mean, because you're also saying like they started like we're pulling like music videos from like YouTube, which I shouldn't say pulled, but like artists weren't spending the money to make music videos for a long
absolutely,
time.
Yeah.
So
And MTV wasn't like, it became like a reality
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Or TV show.
it became ridiculousness. But anyways,
Yes, literally.
yeah, I mean that's crazy though. Like for someone our age who's like, hey, like change the industry. It's like, hey, like we're gonna start shooting music videos again. We're gonna start pumping money into it, and we're gonna do that, which is
And a lot of his stuff is like pretty low budget.
Yeah.
Which is even doper.
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it seem just someone that does look up to him. Like, I like if he do it and he just sticks with it, like I can do it too.
Yeah,
so that's why it kind of resonates with me, because I remember like famous Dex videos
Yes,
and
bro,
shit,
like-
and now look at him, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it's just crazy because
Bro, I subscribed to him because my little brother showed me him. He had 10,000 subscribers, dead ass. Now I think last time I checked, I told Carlos he had like 15.3 million.
yeah, insane.
Yeah, so
That's wild, bro.
yeah.
So yeah, no, you were definitely ahead of the curve. Like I'm pretty sure you just saw something like, damn, like these music videos are dope.
That's all it was. I was like, this is cool. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And just subscribe.
That's usually how it is, man.
Yeah.
Like whenever you find like just something like that organically, or someone shows it to you, it's like, man, this is dope. Like when you showed me the Buzzing Across America shit,
Yeah.
that shit's
fire.
lit, bro. It's
Yeah.
like and like you were telling me, it's like you've had that idea before.
Yes, but it's
And
just like you just gotta act.
you gotta do it, bro. So
Everyone does the same thing. I mean, there's 1,000 podcasts, but this is about how you do it and how you go about it, and
Yeah.
what you really want your overall scope of it to be too. So
yeah. So going into that, YouTube content wise. What is it? Obviously, we haven't actually talked about it, but you have your car YouTube channel. So give us a little like, is that what you're wanting to like be known as, like the car guy, the car guy, or are you more just like trying to use that as another platform to grow as a as a
content
brand?
creator?
Yeah, as a content creator.
yeah, I mean, I honestly really don't know. I mean, I've always been like into cars and stuff, and I've always like I watched like another, I guess kind of inspiration too, like that dude in blue. Like I watched him, like basically his YouTube career, this whole like blow up and stuff. So I mean, I just like the idea of just like, cause just like YouTube. There's so much stuff on YouTube, like Deep Frigga,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, shout out
like
Frigga.
He Hoops, you know.
Literally watching his
So like,
videos earlier.
yeah, like Devontae Frigga. There's this dude, a surfer, wakeboard dude I watched that's from Austin, like JB O'Neill. Like, there's just so many like different things you can do on YouTube. Like, I tell you all the time, I don't watch like Netflix or Hulu.
Yeah,
you know, I watch like YouTube.
Literally.
So,
go ahead, no, keep on.
I don't mind him.
Yeah.
New guy.
But,
Yeah, we have audience in the background.
New
So
guy.
sorry.
but anyways, yeah, like I don't really watch like, unless it's like a show I really like, and then like I'm gonna be into it, you know.
Right, exactly.
But I mean, I just always think I've had like a mind, like I would definitely want to do music stuff, because like I looked at my Apple playback or whatever, and I had like 1,300 artists that I listened to this year.
It's
So,
crazy.
like I would want to, but I don't really know, because there's like I don't like the reaction stuff. Like I think it's like a cheat code. Like I know I have friends that like do that stuff.
Yeah,
And I'm not like, there's nothing against it.
No,
But, like
no.
I think it's like a cheat code. Like it's just, they always get views.
Yeah.
And it's fine, but it's like, and I just want to like, it's really just on the person's persona and stuff. You know, like
Yeah.
I'd rather like an in-depth breakdown. Like what's his name? Like Needle Drop.
Needle Drop.
Like how he like breaks down an album and literally like he knows what he's talking about. Like
Yeah.
yes, you might not agree with his opinion, which is fine, but like stuff like that, I'd rather, like that's not a reaction. That's like an opinion, but it's like at least he's giving you the reason why he's like critiquing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So like with my car stuff, it's just like art to me. You know, it's like I just always like cars. Like the stuff I've been showing you lately, like with all these car videos, like
Yeah.
these sick ass cars.
Crazy, yeah.
I don't know. It's just like kind of therapeutic for me. And then also just with my logo, like the Cam Juice logo. Like I mean, I've had that nickname for a minute. Like, like I just thought of making like leaves, and then like it going into like, and then the juice being like a drink, and like it behind it, you know. So like I think my logo is like super tough. Like I think my shit's like super fire. So I was just like, I already have like a name I could go by, and then I like cars. Always have, so it's just been something I've been trying to do on the side and grow as like a little side project, but Opinionated is like priority for me.
So, with you being in cars, like, what's your top like 5 list of cars and like,
ever?
Like why? Yeah, like if you
like
could
if I had to like own these.
Yeah, like for example, you can only own these cars. You would never drive another car in your life.
Okay.
And why?
Damn. Okay, so let's do this. Is gonna be hard. First one, I'll pick Carl's one, but Porsche 911 GT3 RS or GT3, since they don't have the GT3 RS. I've just always liked Porsche. This car is amazing at high revs to 8,000 RPMs. Super nice. And it's not like a super common, like, everyone's like, I'm not like, I like Lambos and stuff, but like, they're just like a high beast car. Like, to me, like, since I'm a car enthusiast, like, for the price range, you can get a Lambo. There's other cars you can get that are either cheaper or the same, but like they're different, And like, yes, Lambo, you might, pull with more girls or whatever, but like, at the end of the day, I like what I like, so, and I want to be different too. Like, Carl's always like, you always have to be different. Like, I mean, it's not like a choice, I just don't like to follow the narrative.
No, I know what you mean.
But yeah, like a Porsche 911, the number 2 would probably be like, probably like a BMW M3. I always wanted an M3 or M4. I don't really like the new ones. The year before the new ones were really, really fire. But my friend David, he has the V8 M3, and his car sounds so good. Like he had like a titanium exhaust, and I played videos like with it on. That car sounds mean. So like I would low-key want to make edition one of those, like a manual. 3 would be like a McLaren 720 or 600 LT. Like any of those body styles. Super nice. Another like clean car. People would probably like, there's people that will like take Lambos over that, and personally like McLarens look exotic enough to where it's like, I mean, I like them better.
McLarens are mean.
So that number 4, probably like a hypercar. So like cars that like you can't get, they're not attainable. I like to love Ferraris a lot. That's like Ferrari's best car they've ever made. That car is like incredible. It's amazing, and I've always liked how Ferrari sounded like. Because I like F1, so for me to hear a Ferrari, that's what it goes to. Lambos, I love the sound of Lambos because they are distinct. Like, when you hear a Lambo fly by. But the Ferrari is like just the racing pedigree, like the brand and stuff is just like, it's a Ferrari, 5, honestly, it had to be any kind of Mustang. Like, after owning a Mustang and like, not really. Like,
that's a little biased.
No, but I'm gonna be after owning a Mustang, like, to be honest, like, especially now because they've gone up in like quality and like price and stuff, they're so nice. Like, for like yes, they are kind of expensive now, but like you get so much power. It's an American car. They sound good, and they just.
And they kill less crowds than Oscar.
Yeah, they do. There's no parking over there now. Scats and whatnot. People be slinging those, but any kind of Mustang. Like I think once we make it, I'll always have some kind of Mustang in the garage. I really want a Shelby one day. Like there's just something. Let's see this scream America. When you see that Cobra on the back, like you just know like that's America. That's America. So any kind of Mustang, like. And this is like, and it's also like a practical car too. Like it's attainable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So with you being like you saying earlier, you like F1. I was getting your thoughts on like the recent like Max like situations like that. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it was an amazing season. Like amazing season. Like it's so crazy about F1. I've always known about F1. I've always kind of been into it. When like Shoemaker was racing, and then like Kimi Räikkönen and stuff, because I've always like Ferrari, so I've always been kind of into it. But the show Drive to Survive came out on Netflix, super good show. Like if you want to get into F1, like honestly recommend anyone watching it, and it'll make you get into it because it's like drama filled. They go through every team, super detailed, and it's just like a live sport. Like just imagine like you just travel around the country and you're just chilling, Just the parties are insane. I know the girls are bad. Like you're in Europe and like you go like think about that. You're in Europe, then you go fly, and then you're like in Australia, then you like go fly, and you're in like Japan, then you go fly again, and you're in like the Middle East. Like that's just so lit to me. And like I know they just party, because they're just driving a car. You know what I'm saying?
They go crazy.
So, like, I don't know. The sport is just amazing. But to go to your question, I think it was an amazing season, especially to get so into it. Carlos actually went to the race too. He went to the Circuit of Americas, which is badass. Like, I really want to go next year. And I mean, honestly, the race was great. Red Bull's first time in 6 years that they've had a car faster than Mercedes. Mercedes always has the fastest car on the grid. But I mean, there was controversy in the race. There's always controversy. There's a lot of controversy in the race. There was a point like Lewis took Max out at Silverstone bad. Like, that was a bad wreck. Then Max and Lewis crashed at Mazda in Italy, and then there was also like Lewis didn't turn, or I don't know what race it was, but he had like a brake failure and he was in first, and like he got a DNF. So like there was things that in the season, like if they didn't go that way, he probably would have won. And it's also Lewis Hamilton. He's considered the GOAT. Like, he's won 6 in a row. He has 7 total. He won one with McLaren in 2008. So if he would have won this one, he would have had the most all time. He would have had more than Michael Schumacher, whose documentaries on Netflix, who's like, people consider him the GOAT because like they think it's harder because the cars weren't like as drastically better, and there was like no DRS, which is like if you're like behind a second of your car, like your rival car is in front of you, you get like a slipstream and your back flap opens up and you get like a 10 to 12 mile per hour gain, like in that zone on that car. So like they add that for more overtakes. But essentially, I mean, there was a wreck. Nicholas Latifi crashed on like lap 38, and then there was just a safety car that was issued, and Lewis had the lead, which he wasn't allowed to stop, but everyone else got to stop. Lewis was on hard tires. There's like, I'm getting real in depth, but I want to like give people an idea. There's like 5 different compounds of tires. There's soft tire, medium, hard, intermediate, and wet tire. Lewis was on hard tires because that track they're on is real technical, so like he's losing a lot of grip, so like he wanted to be on hard tires. Hard tires last like 30 to 40 laps typically. But Max was able to stop again, got on sauce, fastest tire you can be on. They last the least though. With the safety car coming out, this takes Max like right behind Lewis. And also before the race, Lewis was ahead of Max by like 8 seconds. But like I think Checo got in front, which is Sergio Perez, and he like defended Lewis for a while, which like caused Max to catch up basically and get back in the race. Which I mean, that's not really cheating. It's just like this is being a good teammate, honestly. But I did think it was Max. Really, like, he had a great season, but I'm not gonna say he didn't deserve to win the championship, but he didn't deserve to win that race, which resulted in him winning that championship. If that safety car never got deployed and Lewis would have been able to stop, he's winning that, and he's winning the championship, and he's called the greatest driver ever. It is nice to see some parity because Mercedes has literally won it 6 years in a row, so it's cool. Like, I told Carlos like kind of at the beginning of the year because Max is winning races, I kind of want Max to win. But then as Lewis was literally down like 30 or 40 points, and he just came back. So I was like, it's like, damn, brother, like, this is crazy. I want Lewis to win now. The championship. So
it's the narrative that you just want to see like a good season, regardless of who ends up winning.
But I mean, that's my stance on it. I think the season's great. I already watched the video. They're testing the new car. If you want to really get into F1, watch Drive to Survive when it comes out this summer, and then the new season is the best time to get into it, I think, because it's literally new regulations, new cars, new tires, new engines. It's going to be completely different than what it's been the last 6 or 7 years. So like, it's a really good time to become a fan.
I'm definitely going to start getting into it more since you and Carlos are into it. I want to be a part of it. I'm like, man, this seems interesting. You know, like you said, it's like all like we say with everything, it's just like you don't really think about all the stuff that goes behind it. And there's like obviously a whole like crew that's helping them, changing the tire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
it's just so much into it, and then they even have like the team back in the factory that works in R&D that works on like, the engine and aerodynamics, all that stuff. So it's like it's literally to win a race in F1. That's why it's such a big deal because there's so much that has to go right.
That goes behind it.
Besides just being a good driver. You know?
Yeah, the crazy thing is that they were talking about like the R&D for like F1. Like a lot of money gets stuff just that, like that's their number one like cost within F1 for the most part. But a lot of stuff gets trickled down to like manufacturers. So like, you know, Mercedes, like Nissan, like that. They use some kind of deviation of the F1 technology they came up with, which is kind of cool.
That's a super dope.
Yeah. So it's Sorry about that.
No,
No,
you're good. No,
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no, it's cool. It's cool seeing like the stuff that you want to hear about. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, no, go for it, bro. If you ever want to say,
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I mean it's kind of cool. Cause I'm like, you know, you watch F1 on TV and it's like, all right, like that's a badass shot. Like I would love to go, like you said, fly around in different cities, like drive a car. It's badass.
Yeah.
But it's like once you figure out and you find out like a lot of the F1 technology that they developed, it trickled down to the consumers. Like, oh shit, well that's kind of cool. It's like, you know, they developed this new feature. That came down because they spent like $50 million over in F1 to come up with that.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
it's kind of cool. It's like you know you get F1 inspired stuff.
Yeah.
Trickle down.
But you were talking about you bring up F1, right? So I see you playing F1 on PS5 a lot. Is there what other games are you playing consistently, or
honestly,
let's go into the gaming
career.
That
Just like my co-host, I'm a big gamer. Also, he's a bigger gamer than I am now, but definitely growing up, I was a bigger gamer than him. I still love games, and like, not to be cocky, but like I am just like good at games. Like I can grab a game and be good at it. You know, I haven't played in a while just because just with the podcast and just getting older and other like stuff coming up. Kind of outgrown it to an extent, but I still miss them from time to time. And like. Honestly, the new Halo came out. I haven't really played it much since the first week. I need to get back on it. COD. Like I'm gonna buy it every year, even if it's dog shit. It's COD, you know. And I've been playing like Ratchet and Clank, which is a childhood game I used to play on PS5. So nothing really crazy. I've always been big into story games, just because, like, bro, like I was playing Ratchet and Clank the other day with you. And like, or not with you, but you were like watching it, and like you saw like it's just like a chill story game, like it's a vibe. Like that's the first time I said that on the podcast actually.
We're gonna have a vibe.
But it depends on what the podcast goes into later on.
Yeah,
I start saying more.
Yeah, for sure.
But this is fun. I really don't play games as much as I used to.
Yeah.
But I still play from time to time. I have a PC and stuff.
Yeah.
I like Optic gaming, and I watch like the esports scene still and stuff. But I don't know. I just haven't really had time to play like I'd like to. But
I feel you. So you were talking about obviously Optic, the whole esports aspect. Is there any other teams you keep up with, or is it just like Call of Duty, like?
Yeah,
so I guess games that you keep up with.
So like I grew up like I was really good at Halo 3. So I kept up with the MOG scene quite seriously. I used to play like the MOG tournaments and stuff online, like Bungie used to have and stuff. Like I was pretty good. Like I wasn't like a pro, but I definitely like if I would have known like how it would have been, I feel like if I could have went.
Yeah.
So like I've always kind of knew about it, and then like I've always been cold at sniping Call of Duty, and that's only because of like. I used to watch Optic way back in the day when Hex was sniping. They had people like D-Treats, Predator. Like I used to watch all that stuff. Quickscope, Midnight, like all of them. Optic Jules, another girl. Like they all used to snipe. So they were sniping clan, you know. That was cool, like because people weren't doing that in Call of Duty. Like they made quickscoping like literally a thing.
Yeah.
You know, and then FaZe came around and they like wanted to put their own spin on quickscoping, which they started doing trick shots and stuff like that. So there was always this big argument on YouTube between. Optic is better because they actually can snipe, and FaZe just practices trick shotting, and they die like 60 times to get one shot, like cool shot or whatever. But I definitely keep up with the brands, especially because Hex and Optic, they're real family oriented, which I feel like what we're going to become is the same kind of mold. And I like FaZe also because FaZe is FaZe. Like they're literally. There's no organization in esports like them. You know, they're a lifestyle brand. They sign these celebrities. There's people that don't even know about FaZe that like, or there's people that they don't know about FaZe, but they know about FaZe. So that makes sense.
I know.
And then so I keep up with them too, and then I also keep up with 100 Thieves, who's like a mixture. I feel like they're a perfect blend between like an Optic and a FaZe. Yeah, like they're kind of hype beasts, like FaZe, like lifestyle brand, but. Since it's Nate shot and he was under Hex, he still has that like kind of core family, like keep people close value. Which so like I think like ideally as a brand, like that's kind of where you want to be.
Exactly.
So I keep it with them three. Like those are the three most popular teams. I think I would say in esports.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. So speaking on like orgs and teams and like that, is there any way that you would want Opinionated to ever be something like that?
Yeah, so we have a logo and all that already made, but I won't say the name just in case we ever get to that point.
Win.
Yeah, win for sure.
Yeah,
definitely would want to get into it. We have connections. One of my best friends came in. I mentioned earlier, his brother-in-law started an organization called Gamers First. They're literally based out of Austin. They have a Halo team that's gonna be playing in Raleigh this weekend. So it's like, I mean, it's dope as hell. Like, it's still early in esports. It is kind of mainstream, but it's still not that mainstream yet. Like, it's not like they've shown like League of Legends on like ESPN. They're not showing Call of Duty League on TV yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think like eventually I want to get into it, but it's just about the timing and stuff and the money because it's so expensive to get into it right now. So I already know it's going to keep getting more expensive.
Yeah.
The more popular it gets.
Without a doubt.
But definitely, if we can never start it ourselves, I definitely want to sell off the logo or something. Just because, like, it's just dope as hell. Like, to be honest, like, no cap, if our logo was in esports right now, our shit would be top 5. Dead ass. Like, our shit is fire. But, I mean, the name, everything. But,
yeah, just wait on it.
Yeah.
You're going to get there, you know what I'm saying?
Honest again.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, bro, like that, bro, like I've told y'all before, it's like, I appreciate all like professional forms of anything.
Yeah.
So I got really into esports not too long ago, probably during like COVID and everything. And I watched this YouTube channel where they talk about like the story behind all orgs and everything. Bro, that's like the most inspirational shit for me because like that's what I want.
Is it Dextero or something?
Yeah. The score esports.
Oh, okay.
So but Dextero,
he does like all the like because he did like Hex's house and stuff.
Yeah. So, bro, that shit is just it's so like influential for me because like at the end of the day, it's just a game.
You stop it.
Go ahead.
It's just a game that they're playing and they're making a whole career off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like League, like that's a game that I don't ever play and like. Probably, we know about it, but we've never been competitive about it, or they're making crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
And like it's worldwide. It's not even just
mainly like an Asian game. Like
it's not even in the US really. Like you know what I mean?
It's like overseas.
It's like fucking Counter Strike, all of it, bro. Dota, Valorant, Overwatch, 2K. Like bro, like that's what I mean. I like it's getting to the point where like
fighting games.
You need to like. That's why that's the type of stuff that I want to do. You know what I mean? Because like I see the potential and the growth, and like you said, it's so young. It's like in the infancy of esports right now.
Yeah.
Like all we really know is like Optic, FaZe. You know what I mean? Like you said, 100 Thieves.
There's got to be more.
There needs to be more
brands. Like
exactly,
that,
and that's gonna come because at this point it's just like they need that like storyline to make that all like. Just at the end of the day, that's what makes sports like why we enjoy it. The whole storyline, the Lakers, the Celtics, the Yankees, the Red Sox, you know what I'm saying? Optic, the fucking FaZe. So like it just you need to build up that drama.
Yeah, like Optic and FaZe had a collab recently. Like that shit's hard, bro.
Hard, insane.
Like that, like Optic's the first people to merge with Envy, or like with another org. So like there's just like there's like stuff going on in esports that's what's gonna be like it's gonna build the ground.
That's what I'm saying. This whole era right now is like it's just shifting into probably like stardom. It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, like if one like the major like 3 like you talked about, I mean there's obviously more, but like the major 3, if one is like orgs like fails or like starts like has like a publicity like failure, like then they're out of the picture and now it's like who's replacing them?
Yeah.
So literally it's just the next one up. That
a lot of all these people they all grew up together. So they all just help each other.
Yeah. Alright, so on to the next question.
You'll be dry snitching on here.
Shit. Hey, you can dry snitch on yourself. Yeah. So, anyways, you see you went to Fort Lewis, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about like some crazy stories you have from there. You're like, that like somebody asks you, like first ride from there, you're like, oh shit, yeah, that happened. Let me tell you about like that.
The first story that always comes to mind is when we were stranded in a snow ditch until 5 in the morning. Me, my boy Thierry, that's my dog. Jack Parsons, my dog, and my boy Ronnie Reed. We were all we were all like went to this mansion party. There used to be crazy mansion parties in college. Like college used to be kind of junking like at the beginning, and then they kind of tealed off. But I mean, my boys they just got too drunk and stuff, couldn't drive, and then like I had to drive, and I was driving my friend Justin's big ass 2500 Chevy diesel. Like I can drive really well, but like I've never really I'm from Texas. I didn't drive in snow, especially ice and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like I was fine though getting us out of the mansion, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go out this way. This is the way we came in, because I drove there too. And then Jack was like, no. He was like, go. He was drunk. He was like, go up this. He's like, go up this ramp. It's quicker. And like my damn it, I was young. I was like 18. I was like, okay, sure. And it's like blocked off. I was like, fuck. So put the truck in reverse, and we're on this hill, and it just slides into this ditch. We're fucking stuck. And then we're also in the middle of nowhere, so none of us have service. It's cold as fuck. Ice, snow everywhere. We're stuck in this ditch. And then I was like, fuck. So then like we're stuck there till like 4 or 5 in the morning. They're all passed out. I'm only one up. I'm worried as fuck, you know.
What the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. And then some dude's walking around that lives in the mansion. He comes up and he's like, hey, y'all need help? And we're like, yeah, bro, can you please take us home? And he drove us back to Durango. And then we towed Justin's truck out, and then that was it. I also have some crazier stories when it comes to like my coaches and stuff, but I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, that's like the first one that comes. That's like the first one that comes to mind from college. But I mean, there's definitely some more.
So Fort Lewis, what was the whole reasoning for going to that college specifically?
They just had really good coaches at the time. They had D1 coaches everywhere at the staff. Coach John L. Smith, thank you again. Coach Crawford, thank you again. Riff, Morris, Coach Brown, all those coaches were really good coaches at the time. They had a really good staff. So, I mean, at the time, it was really only between them and Texas Lutheran. Texas Lutheran went to D3 school in Seguin, Texas, and I mean, that's up the road. Like, I don't want to go to a D3 school up the road, you know what I mean? Like, I might as well just go to a big school and try to walk on. So they gave me a full ride, and I was just like, it's in Colorado, like, it's kind of badass. Like, let me go try it out, you know? And I was super homesick at first, but it's cool though to get away. I think I recommend it to anyone. If you can get away at an early age and do it, you can always come back, you know?
Right.
So like get away and experience new life and meet new people. I have so many friends from Cali, Colorado, New Mexico, all, you know, everywhere, Alaska, you know, like it's cool to you know, see like how people live in other parts of the United States instead of just being like secluded to like Texas.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I understand that completely, and that's what college was for me. It was just real like meeting new people from everywhere, and like you could just see just how people are. You know, like you said, you have people from all over the country, and it's like, I mean, yeah, you probably could have got that here too, but more than likely, if you go to smaller college in Texas, you're probably just gonna get people from that area.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, it's cool, but like having that
Like a city close by.
yeah, you know what I mean, like whatever cities are near it, but no, yeah, it's cool. Like that's why, like, I feel like the experiences you get in college, which we'll probably get into a little bit later, or like probably like right after I ask you this, but it's like you can never take those back, you know. So
college is college. I mean, if you can go, I'd go. Like,
sure.
It's not like college, you know?
So,
especially at that age.
Yeah.
do you prefer like would you prefer like the small college environment or more like, you know, big college?
I'm kind of mixed emotion on that. I mean, the small college environment was kind of shitty at first because, I mean, coming from a big high school in Pflugerville, it's the same thing essentially. You just live there. But I mean, it was cool later on. Like, everyone knew each other. We always were at the same things. Like, everyone was cool with each other. Like, you always saw people that was out of school. But I kind of like the big college vibe too. Like, especially like when I went to Lubbock, like when my brother goes to Texas Tech, like that's a pretty big school, and it's just cool to see like the difference. You know, like, I mean, it is nice to like go to a big school and like you meet someone, like you might meet a girl out, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? You might catch a vibe with her, and then like, and then after that, like, you know, like you might not see her again, and like that might be cool for that person, you know. Yeah. So like, there's pros and cons to it for sure. I really don't know. Like, if I would go back, I don't know if I'd go to a big school. Like, I don't know if it would change me, but like, definitely would be something I want to experience. Maybe go to a small school for like 2 years and then transfer to a big school to finish it out type of thing.
Gotcha. So, speaking of girls and kitchen vibes, do you think it's worth it looking for love in college, or is that more like a...
That's a great question.
Something
Sheesh.
to afterwards.
Sheesh. I like that. That's a great
Yeah.
question. Bro, honestly, I mean, love is gonna be love, right? But you're also gonna I thought the girl I dated at the beginning of college, I was gonna marry, This girl was amazing, perfect. We never had any problems. She ended up transferring away, and then we just did long distance for 2 years. It just didn't work out. We were young. And then I did date this girl in my senior year. It's it's a little toxic, but
Tell us more.
So rebellion. It was just something I just probably shouldn't have done at the end. I definitely had fun in college, like you should, and I definitely had the serious relationship in college, and then I had fun. I think college goes multiple ways. I think you get in college, you date a girl immediately, and it's serious, and you date them all the way throughout college, like kind of I did. Or you wild out when you're young, and then you meet someone like your junior, senior, and then they end up getting married because they're older when they meet, and things like that. I think definitely if you can find love in college, please stay with that person, because dating right now is ass. It's shitty. You can't. I mean, these dating apps like Hinge, Tinder, Bumble, they all suck. Unless you can get sponsored.
Which ones are you on?
I'm actually not on any right now.
Okay. Your phone's kind
yeah. I mean, I don't know. These apps, it's just hard to date. I mean, and I'm not a big. I want to meet someone organically. I can hold a conversation with anyone, but it's so hard when you work all the time, they work all the time, you're young, you're trying to start a career, especially starting to start this too.
Business.
Having these 12-hour days every day or more, you just don't really have time to really meet someone unless you go to the gym or grocery store. But even then, that's not really.
Okay, I said you brought that up, right? So
Yeah.
I've been on my gym run lately this whole year, so I've been trying, but with that, you said you talking to a girl at the grocery store or the gym. Are you approaching females at the gym and talking to them like that?
Dude, honestly, I've never there's definitely been a couple, shout out to fitness babes, but there's definitely been a couple girls at the gym that look good, and I'm just
sure.
I'm damn, and I definitely catch them they're eyeing me a little bit, I catch them looking.
Well, I know you see. They see this.
Sometimes I want to go up to them and be like, nah, I don't say that dumb shit.
How would you?
No. Let's write that down. For.
But I mean, there's girls that have approached me in the gym, and it's been kind of weird, because they just weren't I don't know. I just man, I never looking. I said, yeah, you approached me, you couldn't have been that one. No, I'm kidding.
Not you.
But no, there's definitely girls in the gym that's you want to talk to them, but it's it's so it's just like a code. You just know you're not to approach a girl in the gym.
Yeah.
And unless it's in between sets, or y'all walked up to get water, or they come to you and hey, you're using that, maybe you can use it as a conversation, the opener, or they wipe something down. Something like that.
I'm not using that, but here's my number.
I understand. Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna just approach a girl at the gym.
Yeah, because they're focused, and a lot of times, girls are just they're doing their thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go talk to a girl that's doing her thing.
Exactly. You go to the gym to get your mind.
Yeah,
exactly.
A lot of people some people might be having terrible day. I don't know. You just don't know.
Yeah.
I think the best way, if I were to give someone advice to try to talk to a girl at the gym, would just be I know it sounds kind of weird, but try and leave when they leave. And catch them y'all go outside together and
hold the door open for them.
Or y'all walking out, together, something like that. And then
damn, this is why you said choose.
Oh my god.
Hey, take some notes, ladies and gentlemen.
God.
I know you like getting this.
Because then at least that way, it could, if you're a dumbass, it could look weird, but if you go outside naturally with them, you can be hey, you can just be hey, I saw you in the gym, you're really pretty, I'd like to get to know you sometime, and just go from there, see if they want to catch a vibe. But that's it with that.
So you brought up the store as well. Is that the same situation?
I mean, shit.
Are you gonna approach a girl, random girl at the store?
Bro, honestly, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I look in your basket and you got some bullshit in there, like,
some Pop-Tarts, some ramen, fuck,
bro, no, you got some like, bullshit, like some shit I was eating in college, like fucking like pizza rolls and shit, like unless you got kids, or like bro, like I'm not you can be like you know what I'm saying? You gotta cook, like we're adults, you know.
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, I feel like it's a good indicator, like that girl is mature or not. Or like, I don't know. Most girls can cook like immediately.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
so they're gonna go to the store and get actual groceries and not like some bullshit.
Make sure they don't have chicken nuggets or some bullshit.
I think that'd be a good indicator, but honestly, I feel like that's like just the most organic place to meet a chick, besides the bar. But like that's a whole another thing.
You think the bar is an organic place?
I think it's a different kind of meat.
I mean, it is organic. Okay, listen, the bar is organic because everyone likes to decompress and go to the bars, especially at our age.
Fair enough.
After working weeks, a lot normal 9 to 5s. But I mean, it's just so hard, bro. Like I tell you all the time, like y'all tell me, like because I really don't really approach girls like at the bar ever. Like it's kind of like I let them come on to me, or like I just kind of like I never see a random girl and like try to go up to her, because one, if she's with her friends, normally they like cock block you and you don't even get a chance. Two, like, I mean, girls have all heard the same stuff. Like there's only so much things you can say, you know, especially like at the bar, you know. So it's like, you look beautiful, and it's just like they've heard the same stuff, you know. So it's like, hey, I think I love you. Shout out, Trey.
Shout out, Trey, man. Yeah, okay.
I think you're hot.
I think you're hot. HAWT.
Yeah.
Hot. Shout out Just Three.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think like girls and guys both want a lot of times they both want the same thing when they go out, you know. And then a lot of times, like, you might not even want that. You really just might think the girl's pretty and want to get to know her the right way. And then, like, since you're out in the setting you're in, if you're a little lit or vice versa, like, they might think that you just want to hook up. So, I mean, it's just hard. Like I said, it's just hard to date right now. And, like, if you have love in college, like, if you can stay with it, stay with it. I mean, it's not, unless this is not fun. Like, I mean, I've been single for a minute now, and like I've been wanting to have like a serious girlfriend, but it's hard, like, to find people, you know.
It is.
So
I'm off microphone, but when you get older, like the whole dating thing gets old.
Yes.
Like, getting to know somebody, telling your same old story all the fucking time, that shit gets old.
Bro, the amount of times I've told a girl, like, yeah, I have started a podcast, or like, bro, this are all many count. Like, bro, that shit is old, bro. Like, it's not, like, it's annoying.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to. And then, like, reopening to someone, like, if I show a girl fucking Optic, I don't want to show another chick Optic. She's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you mean.
It's bad though, because you start like talking to someone, and then like once you start talking to so many people over time, you literally keep that shit in your notes app. You're like, all right, here's my introduction, copy paste. Here's my like, because you're just like, fucking tired of it.
You do the same, like, to get to the dating is all pretty much similar. Like, you either get to know someone, or like y'all hook up and then you talk after. Like, it's like really I feel like it's really like no in between, or your friends, and then like, I don't know, it's just like, as you get older, it just sucks. Like,
it does, right?
I don't like, I want to like settle down, to be honest.
It just gets harder because like we're getting to the age where like you're either in a relationship already or you're looking for one.
Yes.
And it's like you were saying, it takes time to build up a relationship with someone.
And it's just like, damn, it's like, I mean, this year I like talked to someone for a whole last year, technically, on and off, and like, this shit didn't even really go anywhere. So I'm just like, what the fuck, you know?
Waste of time type shit. But I know what you mean, man. It's like, it's just life, bro. It's just insane. But on that subject of women and all that, what are the top 5 things you look for in a girl?
Okay, so definitely going in the looks, there's 2 things that stand out. For sure, eyes. I love eyes. Like, if a girl has nice eyes,
like light colored eyes,
it doesn't matter. They just gotta be pretty. They gotta have. You just gotta know. Like, they just like brown eyes, green, blue, ice blue.
Bro, that sounds
So
like
is it-
that sounds like any kind of eyes.
No,
Like as long as they have eyes, they're my type.
Yeah, it don't matter. As
But
long as
like,
you got
it's
two eyes, bro.
nice though. Like girls that have really pretty eyes, but like you see like their face, it's like your eyes like make your face look good. Like,
Okay.
and then like teeth, like I love like a girl that has like nice small, nice teeth and stuff like that.
Little guys, the nice dentures.
It's not just looks. It's top.
Yeah, I know.
I was
like,
making sure.
I said those two things.
Okay.
Yeah.
No order.
Yeah, no
No,
order. Eyes for sure.
Eyes top like that's easy.
Especially that red eye girl.
Ooh, hey, if you know, you know. You know.
But and then like definitely like, I mean, I just like, I don't know, I like girls that like take care of themselves. Like when it comes to like eating, obviously hygiene, but like eating, they like to work out, stuff like that. I really find that attractive because they're self-determined and they can like do things, or they like don't like how they look or something, like they make a change, you know. So I like girls like that. I really like, to be honest, I like very chill girls, like because I'm a very chill person, but like chill, but like they're like me. I feel like they get their shit done, they're independent, but like they know how to have a fucking damn good time. Because like I bust my ass when it's time to party. I'm gonna fucking get lit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna throw it down.
Yeah.
I know how to party. You know what I'm saying?
Bender boys, so
Yeah.
like some Bender boys in action.
So like, I mean, just a girl like that, like if she can like do all that stuff, and I know that's like kind of asking a lot, but I mean, like that.
Like, yeah,
I
talking
do.
about
And then
ideas.
like obviously just like a very supportive girlfriend, like, and because I mean, I feel like I really like whoever I end up dating, I really want to be able to support them in whatever they decide to do in their endeavors. But like with the stuff I want to do creatively and for the podcast and things like that, like I really need someone that's gonna like be willing to like, if I was doing this and they were here, like not be okay with it, you know,
exactly.
or like if I got to edit or something, but they want to hang out with me, they just want to see me like be around. Like I need someone like that, and someone that's gonna understand like this shit's not gonna happen overnight. And if you want to be a part of this grind with me, then come on. But like if you're gonna like trip about like, and like yes, there is definitely mediation. Like you don't be a workaholic. You want to definitely like take your girlfriend out. You want to definitely like make her feel special and have days and events planned for her. But like when it's time to work and stuff, and if you have deadlines and shit you gotta get done, like she just has to be understanding.
Yeah.
So, I think like those are like the things I look for.
So you said eyes,
teeth, independent.
I would say like self-motivated.
Independent and like self-motivated, like they like take care of themselves, and then I guess
supportive.
yeah. And then 5 was like they just gotta be able to like, they gotta be able to just throw down with me. They gotta be able to party.
Yeah, be able to have a good time.
Yeah, they can't be boring, bro. Like I'm a social person. Like I don't want you to be like, I go out to a party and I'm socializing, or I'm out and I'm socializing and you're just sitting there and you're not talking to anyone. Like I don't like that shit.
Understand.
Like go talk to someone else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Go talk to, I don't care. Go talk to another dude. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like I trust you. At a certain age too. Like cheating and all that shit. Like that shit is whack. Like
it is.
if you're gonna do that, like just be, you know what I'm saying?
Why are you gonna be doing?
Like this is a certain age. Like you just gotta like grow up out of that shit. Like you know, just be single. Like it's just a selfish thing. But that's another. That'd be another podcast.
Oh no, yeah,
But like, yeah. Those are the.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
sure.
yeah. That's a question that I meant to ask Carlos, but I want to get.
You mentioned earlier about going out and stuff like that, so I was gonna ask you, what are your top 5 places for going out, like college towns included, and just like in general, like every place you've been to?
Okay. Honestly,
my co-host, you know what I'm saying?
honestly, like I haven't really been out a whole lot of places. Like I've only been out in Austin and Houston, and then I went out one, like in Denver. Denver's kind of weak compared to like if you're from a big city.
Yeah.
There's that. So is this place that I've only been to, or is it a place I want to go to too?
Places you only been to, like
Yeah.
they experience the nightlife.
Yeah.
So definitely in Austin, like starting it off, like, dude, it's kind of hard because lately I'm fucking with Rainy, bro.
Yeah.
Heavy. Rainy's fun as hell.
Rainy's
But
God.
Trendsetter.
Look at that.
But dude, I'll throw both of those in there. I would say like West is probably like top 2. Just cause like that's where me and Cayman really started going out a lot, and then like the girls are beautiful there, and like the scene is like, I don't know. There's just like there's a lot of bars. It's downtown. The scene is like a little. It's like high. It feels like high end, but it's still like
college.
Yeah,
college.
You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like literally our age, like young adult, like fresh out of college. Like
so we've had some good nights out there.
It's super dope. I like West. I'm not gonna lie. The Heights in Houston is probably like number one.
Really?
And then I'm gonna do the next 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
The
Heights in Houston, that shit's lit. Like I like when I went there because I was there for 2 days. I just really like it's just they're like sports bars, but like they're cool. Like I really like how like I mean we have pro team of Austin FC, but like, it was cool like going to a game or like seeing all these people in Astros shit, watching Astros live, and then like the night before they won and stuff. And it reminds me too. It reminds me like of if like Rainy and Domain had a baby. Like that's like kind of how the bars are. Very outside, but like kind of a little nicer though. Like they're not like rainy houses. Like they're pretty nice. Girls are pretty there. There's also, I mean, I also might have been like a little mesmerized because it's Houston. Like I don't go out there.
I need a shawty from Houston. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. I really like Houston.
Okay.
Number 3, definitely Dirty in its prime. Dude, like when we were younger, like we were like 21, like 6th Street used to be really, really fun, and it was like safe and like not crazy. It's 6th Street always was like really fun. I don't really go there now, but then like it's still like top 3 from like places I've been to.
Okay.
4, man. 4 would probably be like the nightclubs in Houston, Jefferson, like Clay, Hart. Those clubs are crazy. It's like feels like Vegas there.
Okay.
I've never been to Vegas, but like I figured that's like
I know what you mean.
To an extent.
That's how you
a little smaller, obviously.
Yeah.
To an extent. And then 5 would be the Square. The Square is there's some like I didn't go to Texas State, but I know but like the girls that have gone to Texas State, they're fire. And then like I just know like I know Texas State like it's just cheap, like it's close, like it's not far. Definitely, I felt the age last weekend. Not gonna lie, when we were down there, I felt fucking old. But
call you daddy next year.
Yeah, but like
I'm dead.
I definitely could see like being in college. That shit's probably pretty.
That's fun
as hell.
Shit. We were down there for 2 years, bro, and I was
we had Square too much,
ridiculous. Like I said, we have so much stories from the Square that we'll get to eventually. We have time, but no, most definitely, man. Like that was a solid list. Besides obviously the Houston places, I've only been there a couple of times. I agree with that list. Like you said, like Rainy's a good time. Like Dirty in its prime was crazy, bro. Insane. It felt like a movie. Damn
shit was fun as hell, bro. Like people are always on the street, but it was like nothing crazy going on.
Yeah,
it was fun as hell, bro. Like, and it was like when we first turned 21, so it was
tight shit. I was like, oh, let's go. And everybody like. Guaranteed, you went down to Dirty, you're probably gonna see someone you
it was fun as hell.
Which is cool because, like I said, I always tell you all this, right? Like I feel like we grew up with a lot of people that are just solid. You know, they, you know, obviously we went to high school together. We're trying to build this brand and everything up, and then there's also everybody else trying to do their thing.
Yes, absolutely.
Shit, we could go down the list. You know what I mean? So it's like,
sure.
It's just all that. It's just motivating for me. Being able to go out and just see someone random that you know, is trying to do the same shit you're trying to do. It's like, let's fucking get this, right? You know what I'm saying? But, so yeah, I mean, I guess that was pretty much all the questions that I had. Was there anything you wanted to ask us or anything else y'all wanted to say? Or?
I guess, like, what y'all's, like, eternal, like, life, like, what do y'all want to, like, accomplish, like, next year for yourself internally? It has nothing to do with, like, any content or anything. It's just, like, personal. And I'll take all mine. What's y'all?
For me personally, probably move out. That's my goal. Kind of get this kind of like once I move out, I think kind of like Bo would have more freedom, like things like that. Which nothing is wrong. She's not. She's not one of those people.
But it's just like having like CJ saying like him even trying to start this, and even me like when we were like shooting at my parents like, and even at his parents like his dad would come out or like Aiden would come out. It's just like it's just certain things. It's just like, you know,
it's just weird.
It's
like you're over here trying to like talk about some hood rat shit with friends, and all of a sudden mom's like, "Hey, do you want pizza rolls?" And it's like, all right, like time this. Yeah, for sure, move out. Trying to get better at work. I just graduated college, started
Absolutely.
that. Yeah, I was like,
just trying to be locked in.
I was like, just trying to get better at that. So that's in the ass, but that and kind of growing this.
For sure.
Who knows what next year will take or will bring us, will take us. I don't know. And then let's see what I'm looking forward to is celebrating some birthdays.
Hopefully everything goes to plan. It's gonna be a little.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm getting excited for that shit.
So, what about you?
But my goals for next year, man. I guess it's my answer kind of goes not with it because so my goal this year was to just be consistent with going to the gym. So my goal this year is to be consistent with the podcast.
Okay.
To be honest, so you had asked what me personally, but it kind of has to do with the brand essentially because it's something that we've been talking about. It's like, man, I really want to do this shit.
And like Carlos said in the episode y'all seen before this, y'all I love it's just a lot different than ours. I really it'll be cool to just get on here and just chop it up.
Exactly.
And just kind of just obviously questions will come about.
Definitely.
Just discuss certain things.
Yeah.
And I can let more shit fly.
Exactly. Oh yeah, for sure. We about to be going crazy with the content, man. So, and it's not even just the podcast. Really, it's all the extra shit that we're gonna be. I'm wanting to do eventually, all the IRL shit,
absolutely.
All the vlogs. I want to do little challenges between me and Zach, and then hopefully doing some collabs with y'all.
Yeah, that should be fire.
All that shit, man.
I'm just cool.
I really want to do this because I've been saying I want to do YouTube, so I'm not moving out. Like you were saying, it's I just recently did that a weeks ago, so it's going into my own spot and just moving me into an area where people are trying to do the same thing I'm going to do. I feel like it's just going to motivate me even more to actually do it.
You're set up.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all have all the equipment and everything, so that's why I'm in a good position now. It's just me doing it. And like I said, I brought it back to what my goal was from this year because I noticed that whenever I'm just consistent with something and I can actually put my mind to it and I'm going to take up my time on my day to do it and results are being shown. So it's just I'm in that mindset right now. Once I set something, once I put my mind to something, I can do it. So that's essentially my goal. So, but with the whole pod, or for the year, for next year,
for sure,
to take it actually serious and be just consistent with it. Even if it's not shooting a podcast every day, at least putting some type of content out. Like how you said, you do social media shit.
There's so many cut-ups from this or Carlos.
Exactly.
I've saying stuff and I was like,
we could definitely click that shit. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Make it clickbaity and you just gotta when you watch it, it's write down timestamps and stuff it all helps.
Yeah, that's facts, and that's why That's why I'm glad I'm in a position I am right now because I'm surrounded by you, Cam, Zach, and whoever comes into this our spot, man, and just be in an area where we're all just trying to do something.
Yeah, for sure.
We're all trying to do something bigger than just working a 9 to 5.
Absolutely.
Our day jobs, you know what I'm saying?
That's the deal. You just want to be free.
Yeah.
You'll be able to do something within your own power and control. So.
Financial freedom, that's the goal.
Yeah. So what was yours?
Internally, for me, just a lot of self-reflection. I've definitely done stuff that halt my progress. I just want to stop where at the point where I get too emotional to where I do stuff to cope with it, but it's it doesn't look bad. But for me, it looks like I'm just having a normal life. And for me, it's I know I'm doing it to cope with certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Just obviously with this podcast, I know what it can be. So just really being consistent, looking at myself in the mirror, and just holding myself and Carlos and Albert, all of us holding each other accountable, and hold everyone accountable. And just really just internally, like continuing to be a good person, trying to be a good person, knowing like something might not go in your favor, you know, but you gotta like shout out Mike, like you gotta just keep going and shit, like, cause I mean, literally, like you can just be a good person and stuff, and people just don't take it serious, you know, and like you just gotta know. Sometimes stuff shouldn't even be taken personally. Sometimes people are the way they are for other reasons that you never knew about. So just keep doing that, and just, I mean, internally, just you know, having that self-reflection, and just like Zach said earlier, getting better like with work and stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I really want to like streamline a goal to have like a designated content place to make money out of, and to like shoot our own personal stuff, because I mean, that's my goal, and like I definitely think that shit is like it's obtainable.
Oh, definitely.
Like, can do their part. So that those are like kind of like what I want to get in play for next year.
Oh yeah.
And just take stuff serious, and then also like do more shit with Carlos. Like, I mean, we haven't really hung out like outside of like podcasts or gaming in a long time. You know, it's like always like every blue moon. So like now he's on a regular schedule and stuff. You know, I really want to like, I know like going outside the thing, but I really want to like just do different shit with him. You know, like
yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's like my best friend. You know,
Yeah,
so
that's the homie.
it like sucks not like doing shit with him. So
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna be hanging out all the time.
Yeah.
Real shit. So like I said, I'm excited for the future and what you have going on in your life, Carlos has, and y'all as a brand and a company. So just can't wait to see what ends up happening. But I'll be there along for the whole journey. So
yeah, we're gonna be going crazy. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it should be like these cameras should not like break type shit. Like,
That's how we're treating
these shits be hot.
But
So
yeah, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah,
Cam, appreciate you coming.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all.
You already know what's going on.
I'll hopefully be one of their third guests on.
Yeah, you'll be back for sure.
Yes, sir.
We
Yeah.
got more to go over.
Yeah,
so
I want to just chop it up with these boys. It's funny.
Yeah, we haven't exposed you good enough yet.
Oh yeah, we just getting started. But yeah, man, we'll appreciate y'all for listening, watching. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
y'all.
Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Forgot to say that when in Carlos's episode. But
Yes, sir.
we starting to get it down. Yeah, man. We'll see y'all.
Peace.
Deuce.